right, let's go. What's up, everybody? I'm Kendra, the Maverick Girl. We're here to play some Pauper Elves, and we got great stuff here. Why is it so good? Vivien's Grizzly. This card is nuts. And you know what? I probably should have had this up sooner. So don't mind me while I just take a really quick second, dig up this article. Excuse me. If you're really curious though, I do have this really cool article that I just put up yesterday on CoolStuffInc.com called It's Time to Sanction Pauper. Because you know what? It's time to sanction Pauper. I don't know why we don't have actual paper Pauper. Like, I can't earn Planeswalker points. Neither can you. You can't earn buys at a Grand Prix. You can't qualify for MCQs or anything. And it's just, yeah, it's kind of yikes. Did you guys know that Pure Strider and Peace Strider are legal? Because this is like, I don't think people realize that these cards are legal. Pure Strider seems like it has some potential with the likes of Ghostly Flicker. Nobody's picked up on this card yet. So definitely recommend giving this a check. But I've also got this one sweet piece. I did cover like all of the War of the Spark cards last week. There's a couple of spelling errors in here. I did it kind of on a plane. But you know what? We're good. But what I really want to talk about is this article right here. This where I talk about Vivien's Grizzly and just why it's that good in Pauper. I think it's great. I think the card is fantastic. I'm going to drop in a link right here, right now. Highly recommend checking it out. I should probably drop you all the link to the that other one too. The let's sanction Pauper. Let's make it real. And I'll include both of the links to both of those and the War of the Spark review in the description below once this hits YouTube. But let's talk about what makes this so good right now, okay? This is my typical build. This is the kind of Elves deck that I was running before. What's up, everyone? Dia Rules and Alex, Nerd to the Core, what's up? So, talking about Elves. What makes Elves so good? It's really fast, really resilient. You guys have all watched my streams before, probably watched my videos. That's how you do it. And one of the things that makes it really good is that it's explosive. How can it be really even more explosive? Distant Melody draws you a lot of cards. But it's got one big problem with it, right? It's blue. And so the only way you can cast this card is with Burstler Rangers and using that card's ability because it generates mana of any color. Oh my god. Waves an emoji. Or you go Sylvan Ranger to get your island. But let me tell you, the island is just, it's the worst card in this deck. Bar none. But by playing it, it lets us at least, we can find a land. We can play our Melody without a Burstler Rangers. So it actually gives us a little bit of reliability in case of all of Burstler Rangers get killed. Then the Distant Melodies aren't always going to be dead cards no matter what. But it feels really bad when you're running 13 lands to see your one island show up as your only basic land in your entire opening hand. It's the worst feeling in the world. I hate it. And I want to try this. We're on 13 basic forests. Now, why is Vivien's Grizzly so good? Let me tell you why Vivien's Grizzly is so good. So, 4 mana, you look at the top card of your deck. If it's creature or planeswalker, which planeswalker isn't relevant for Pauper, you can reveal it and put it in your hand. Otherwise, you put it on the bottom of your deck. So, in a lot of games, you kind of have this little card right here, Priest of Titania. Taps for like 10 mana. Let's say 12. Nice round number. And you search the top 3 cards of your deck. Okay, now I just found Lissalana Huntmaster, another Lissalana Huntmaster, and a Burstler Rangers. Now you're spitting out multiple creatures on a turn. So, like, we'll assume that if you have 12 elves, you probably already had a Hunt Master down on the battlefield. And if that's the case, then, okay, you get a token for the first one. Then you get 2 tokens for the second one. So now you're at 17 elves. And then you play that Birchlore Rangers. And it makes 3 elves. Brings you up to a total of... Am I mathing this right? 22 elves. I don't know if I'm mathing that right. Anyway, it starts to really kind of get out of control really fast. And then if you start seeing Kieran Rangers in that mix, then you can just keep on tapping your priests. You can then tap the priest again for a bajillion mana. Search for more cards with Vivien's Grizzly. And another good thing about Vivien's Grizzly, first off, it's a 2/3 for 2. I'm sorry, 2/3 for 3 mana, which is already pretty good to start out with. You can find it off of Lead the Stampede, everyone. And even in the worst case, first off, either it eats a bolt, which that bolt could have been aimed at your Priest Titania, could have been aimed at your Well-Wisher, your Hunt Master, your Timberwatch Elf. Soaking up those bolts is never a bad thing. Not only that, but there's a lot of games where I just pass a turn and I've got like 5 open mana. So it gives you a great mana sink and a way to keep fueling your deck, keep going with your game plan. So I want to try this. I want to see how good it is. Let's go. We've got a nice Pauper League somewhere over here. Here we go. Uh-oh. My computer's trying to load Spotify. Hopefully it doesn't load up over here, but we'll see what happens. I want to fire up some music, because I totally just now realized that I haven't done that yet. Let me know if this is too loud for you all. Let's get going. I want to play some Pauper. Yeah, Holier, I kind of haven't been streaming in a while. I have been doing a lot of work, and I actually had a day where I got off work early, and so I figured, hey, let's stream. What's up, Fairy? I don't know that I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis. I'm very, very tired on the regular basis, but you know what? I'm here. Let's have fun. I sure did play Niagara Falls. I picked up, let me see if I can pull it up here. This really sweet backpack. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got the Planeswalker symbol right there. It's got a big Planeswalker symbol on the back here. And, where are you? I got a nice Legacy deck in here. Check this out. All kinds of goodies. From Pauper to Legacy. So many goodies. I love it. Oh, yeah, no. Round 3 was the mirror match, and it was crazy. I'm going to keep this hand. This hand looks great. It doesn't have a lot of immediate impact on the board or game or anything, but we're going to go with it. Gitaxian Probe tells me Blitz, Tribe, or Dimir Delver. Guess we'll see. Oh yeah, it could be Burn too. Yeah, it feels like either Burn or... Oh. Another Priest? Let's soak up all those bolts, please. And thank you. But yeah, no, that game was wild. There were some weird things, too, that I thought about it. Like, God, what was it? The judge, because if you weren't there, you wouldn't know this, but I accidentally played a second land in one of my turns. Our game, we had a mirror match, and I don't know if you have ever seen a Legacy Maverick mirror match, but it really goes really back and forth and gets kind of heated. So, me and my opponent, we're just kind of going back and forth, and I was trying to sit there and do combat math and things like that in my head. And I think I played a land to wasteland one of their lands, did a bunch of stuff, forgot about my land, just kind of went on autopilot and put a Verdant Catacombs from my hand into the field. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't do anything. I'd actually like missed some triggers even. No, because I think at this point I really just want to bait out the removal. So I think I have to play Well-Wisher here. I don't like it. I'd rather play Priest. But I think if I don't play Priest, or if I don't play Well-Wisher, I just probably die. Man. This is frustrating. I think I just have to go for the Well-Wisher. I don't want to, but I think I kind of just have to. Well, that's awesome. But yeah, so like I was saying, so one of the people who was standing next to our game saw me, realized that I had played 2 lands, and called me out on it. Me being a judge, being really wanted hardcore on, tournament integrity and things like that. Raised my hand, called judge on myself, and, oh. Let's say, I couldn't tell, it didn't look like they attacked at first, and I went, huh? This stinks. 90% that I'm just, like, dead on board. So, when I played that land, and I called the judge, caught myself, for some reason, the judge actually, first off, the judge started, like, asking me questions and had a tone in his voice where he sounded like I was, almost going to accuse me of cheating, which sucks, but also kind of, what can you do? Even making a mistake like that can just get you into those situations even when you don't think it necessarily. Well, yeah, this is just awful. I'm probably just dead here. So my opponent, or the judge, didn't even give me a warning for, like, game rule violation, and I was really, really surprised by that. I'm dead, aren't I? Yep. Show me it. Show me it. I'm dead. There we go. There it is. I was dead no matter what there, so no matter what I played. So let's bring in Harsh Sustenance. Spider Silk and a Magnify. Vanguard isn't particularly that great here, and neither is Longbow, so let's just go. I'm kind of frustrated because I also modeled this after my competitive list. Oh, wow, that's actually a really good hand. Yeah, I'm streaming. Well, the problem with that hand was that I couldn't dig up my extra. I needed a 4th mana source there, and my opponent just kept bolting away all my stuff, and made it very difficult to do so. So, like, this priest here is probably just gonna die this turn. That's, what can you do? God. Well, there were some weird things. So, yeah, I think I had played the land and then went into, attack, or declare attackers. You know, I didn't put any, like, I didn't put any clues tokens down because I had Tireless Tracker. But, you know, he told me, you know, you missed the triggers because I had also missed it for, oh, what was it? When I played the Wasteland. So I missed it when I played the Wasteland. And that was just ruled as a mistrigger, which is fine. That's how it should be. Opponent should have blocked there. But then I played the land, and then we went over. I didn't even fetch with the Verdant Catacombs or anything. I just wanted to play it so I could then get out the mana to be able to crack a clue and pump up the thing. That was kind of like where my mindset was at the time. But it definitely had this like weird tone to him about it, where it really sounded like he was just trying to, like he wanted, you know, thought I might be cheating, which it doesn't feel that good. I'm telling you. But why harsh sustenance? Gain life. If we can gain like 4 or 5 life against burn off of a harsh sustenance, that's amazing. Especially if we can kill one of their creatures in the process, I'm here for it. It's just it's an extra life gain source, and that is AO good in my book. So 0-1 kind of happens. Not much we can do. So how's everybody doing? I haven't seen any of you all in just forever. It's been a while since I've streamed. Have I considered Life Goes On? I don't like that card. If I were to go full on, yeah, absolutely. Essence Warden is definitely much more important right now. For some reason, I think I took it out of my list because I wanted to focus more. I think I was thinking, because I think when I built this particular build of Grizzly Elves, it was aimed more at the competitive leagues where you don't see burn nearly as much. But I didn't think to copy it and just kind of touch it up a little bit for the more friendly leagues. So I kind of screwed up there. I think, in hindsight, if I were to go back and fix this, I think I probably would take out a Well-Wisher and a Nettle Sentinel and go up to 2 Essence Wardens and try and stick a third one in the sideboard. Maybe cut a Relic Progenitus or something. Hey, A-Lid. First time managed to catch. Do I have the list? The list is right here. I should get like Stream Decker or something up at some point or another. But for right now, I have this. I really should figure that out sometime. I haven't gotten around to it yet. So we'll do that soon enough. But in the meantime, list is right here. We got some sweet stuff. If any of you aren't familiar, or don't screenshot it or what have you, check me out on Twitter. HTTP, whatever. Twitter.com/TheMaverickGirl, like the little birdie down below here says. And it should like literally be like the top post on there or something like that, something along those lines. It's pretty gas. Basking Root Walla boys. What's up? No problem. Man, 3 minutes on these friendly Pauper leagues. What is the world coming to? Usually just find these matches are just a couple minutes. It's ridiculous. So hopefully we get a game in soon, and hopefully it is not burn again, because that would just be the worst. I don't want to see burn anymore. Please and thank you, Magic Online. So, what we saw in those games, I just want to talk about those real fast. That's kind of what we see sometimes with Elves, and it's one of the downfalls of Elves. Elves is somewhat weak and relies very heavily on hitting the creatures and hitting the mana. And, like, the very first game, we opened with 2 lands, Llanowar Elves, or Elvish Mystic, rather, and a Priest of Titania with 2 Well-Wishers and a Spider Silk Armor. And in a lot of matchups, that would have been great. Like, I could think of a number of them. If that had been Is It Blitz or Tireless Tribe Inside Out combo, we actually probably would have had some serious game against them. If it was against Stompy, we would have just massacred them. Delver and Boros, and they might have killed off a few of the creatures, but we would have had some actual game against them between the actual mana that we had going for us. We had the Spider Silk Armor, so it felt like a very good hand. And then we actually drew a second Priest of Titania. Unfortunately, our opponent decided, rather than just bolt our face straight away and everything, actually took kind of the smart play and just bolted off our Priest of Titanias. And a lot of times it was starting to get to the point where it felt like, hey, I really need this 4th land, I need this 4th mana source to get going. And we just never got there. We just kept getting stuck on 3 mana sources over and over and over again. And sometimes there's nothing we can do about that. It is what it is, and you just gotta make the best of it. You know, can't win them all, as they always say, right? So, let's get it going. If we can find a match, what is going on? 6 minutes to find a match? This is ridiculous. I mean, I know our active player base is a little bit down lately, but usually we can find a matchup in just a few minutes' time. This is actually almost starting to reach the point of, man, I wish I had just done a competitive league at that point, right? So, let's see what we can do. Oh my god! Aaron! Aaron! What? Look at this. New Mythic Invitational sponsor, when? Just, I'm dying over here. Don't mind me. So I also got asked about Harsh Sustenance. Why Harsh Sustenance? Well, here's why I'm going to tell you. Harsh Sustenance is fantastic. It closes out games. Helps really much against like games like Tron, and like Boros, where they're using prismatic strands. A lot of decks used to run Mob Justice. Why is Harsh Sustenance better? Excuse me. Why is Harsh Sustenance better than Mob Justice? Mob Justice, I should have one somewhere in here that I can just show off real fast. There it is. So Mob Justice, 2 mana. Mob Justice deals damage to target player or planeswalker equal to the number of creatures you control. This was actually the classic one. This is the one that was seen play for years and years and years as a techie kind of sideboard option. We started to see a few others after a little while, and because what people were doing with Mob Justice is they weren't bringing in a mountain or anything. No. You were literally just casting it off of Birchlore Rangers, and that was it. Fine. Then we started seeing prismatic strands showing up. I don't actually have that in my account currently. I usually borrow cards from Card Hoarder, my sponsor, who are amazing, I might add. They're absolutely fantastic people, and I highly recommend, if you ever need anything Magic Online related, go to them. Check them out. They're amazing. But with Prismatic Strands. So, Prismatic Strands started seeing a lot more play. It showed up here and there from time to time. But when Palace Sentinels and the other Monarch cards came into play, we started seeing Prismatic Strands a lot more. Like, a lot more. And, so, what players would do is they would just, try and cast Mob Justice, and your opponent goes Prismatic Strands. Call red. Done. And if you tried to attack either before or after that, then they would just get the double activation in off the Prismatic Strands, and you wouldn't be able to kill them. You just wasted your Mob Justice. Then I switched over to, because I was thinking about that, and I went, is there any way we can have this effect as an instant? And I actually looked at this card instead. Massive Raid. Massive Raid is a 2 red and a 1, but it's an instant. And it deals damage to any target. So it deals damage to creatures as well. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of creatures you control. Now, because it deals damage to the number of, or equal to the number of creatures you control, it's just great. So why is it good? Why is the instant speed important? Instant speed is important because of this card. So what happens is you have Prismatic Strands on the stack. And when it's on the stack, like, let me show you here. I've got some really snazzy War of the Spark cards right here. My pre-release. Did you guys play any pre-releases? How'd you do? I did pretty decent in mine. And hear all about yours. So let's just say, let me find a white and a red card. Better example that way. So let's say, and I know it's a Planeswalker, let's just say, this is my creature, or this is, my creature's attacking in, right? I'm attacking in, and my opponent goes Prismatic Strands on the stack. And they're gearing up to name green. Then in response, you go Massive Raid or Harsh Sustenance. What do I think of Gruesome Fate as another way? I like it. I really like that card, but I think this way works just as well and has multiple other applications. So, as you all may know, I won the, man, this is a friendly league, everyone. This isn't the competitive leagues. 12 minutes almost to find a match. This is ridiculous. I might as well have just played the competitive leagues at this point. What the hell? Yeah, no, Chandra is insane. Oh, there we go. Jeez. So, but I like Harsh Sustenance because it's a way to gain life, and like I was saying, this hand is really good. Okay, so when I played in that Star City event, we actually, oh, that's Tron. This hand is great against Tron. Snap deal. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I feel like I shouldn't go for the priest just yet. Let's try and go for some smaller dorks right now. I don't want to get baited. And one of the matches that I played at the Star City event was against Tortured Existence, and my opponent actually went Crypt Rat. Now, I think what I ended up doing was I ended up casting Massive Raid. I had forgotten about Harsh Sustenance up to that point, and as such did not use Harsh Sustenance. Man, they're just getting stuck on mana here, which I'm okay with. That's pretty good. Come on, Visionary. Show me the goods. We're gonna try for this priest. They probably have a counterspell. I feel in it. No counterspell. I'm very okay with this. Fire and ice. That's some spice here. Tron with spice. Spicy Tron. So what I actually did is I actually ended up casting massive raid, targeting their crypt rats, so that the crypt rats would die, and I could actually go in and like actually kill them. Because I think what happened then was I went and followed up the massive raid with Gleeful Sabotage like 2 or 3 turns later. And because I got the Gleeful Sabotage, I was able to destroy their tortured existence, and they weren't able to come back from the game. Opponent is stuck on their land. It's not hitting that 3rd Tron piece, which is definitely a plus for me. Let's try and go in on this Timberwatch here. Opponent says Timberwatch is good. Timberwatch is good for them. It's good for me. Really? They have the negate. That's interesting. Okay, sure. Yeah, Tron lands are pretty solid here. Man, I don't think I've really ever seen this version of Tron. This is interesting. Well, now they got their Tron. Tron's online. Sure. You got me. So this game is going to become a grind. They're just going to go for the Dinrova horror. This is actually a case where I actually because I don't have a crazy amount of mana right now. I have a decent amount, but I'm not going to be able to really do a lot with it this next turn. So I am actually going to lose the Grizzly here. Nightveil Spectre? I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. But, my gut says maybe? Oh no, I can't cast that Timberwatch Elf. Yeah, I don't think there's any effects like that in, Pauper. Well, there's Ghost of Flicker. Interesting. Okay, so they got the Flicker lock. We're not quite there just yet. What's up, Annie? How's it going? Thank you so much for the subscription. I should update this. I got 2 followers. Thank you. Baskin Rootwalla and who was the other one? Bunch of awesome people. Wrath of Anima. Thank you so much. We're losing these creatures. They're dying. Yay. We're dead. We literally need to see like a Lead the Stampede, and it needs to be like the most busted Lead the Stampede we could think of. Probably not getting there. The reality is, them having Bolt and Fire and Ice isn't normal for Tron lists. It might be a little bit more nowadays, but for a while here it hasn't been. So I'm going to just kind of chalk this up to a loss at this point. Yeah, we're just going to scoop, go to the next game. Because otherwise we're just going to be eating time, and that's going to be it. We're going to go for the longbows and all that. I actually really want Magnify. Magnify is really good here. Vanguard is bad. Well-Wisher can be good, can lead to games ending pretty heavily. We'll cut a Huntmaster. No, I actually want Grizzly. What am I doing? Cut a Timberwatch. Well, you know what? Let's just go down one Well-Wisher. I don't really need these too much. It's like an alternate win condition if I really want it. We're just hitting some tough matches, to be honest. That's really good if the cards stick. Considering we're on the play, I really like this hand. Especially if I can see a second land source. Because then I can hold up for Magnify. But we'll have to see how this goes. See what we can do. Okay, no Bolt. One time, please. Let me have this. Deal. Let's go for this Lead the Stampede. Jeez, look at that. Kieran Ranger untapping. Going to town. Giving them the business. I love this. So good. Oh, I wish this was Legacy Elves. Jeez. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We have access to 8 mana. Come on, red. Red, you coward. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to do this. This is why Vivien's Grizzly is good. So we can activate it twice here. And so we just got rid of a force that we didn't need. Like, this is actually really good. This is exactly what we want to be doing with Vivien's Grizzly. It got killed, but we were able to make some serious use of it all the same. That's really good. We'll put that right there. And then we can just swing in for a whole bunch of damage. This is what we want to be doing here, everyone. Eventually, I'll actually be trying Legacy Elves a little bit more. I actually want to do more Legacy. The problem is, where I was able to borrow cards before from, what is it? Card Hoarder. The prices on these cards have actually been going up substantially again, which is great. Seeing Moto prices going up again is always A+, 100%. Problem is, it makes it harder for me to borrow cards and harder for me to actually play and build up Legacy. I mean, yeah, deal. That doesn't stop me from dealing a whole ton of damage and killing you in the fastest way possible. Alright, let's go. Yep, they just gave it to me. I knew I would get there on the next turn. This is a really spicy Stonehorn Tron build. Stonehorn Tron usually doesn't run like the bolts and the fire and ice and all that. So this is very interesting. Curious to see where this all goes. This is a really good hand. Like, it's not perfect. We don't have an outright mana source. But we do have the Birchlord Rangers. We have the Spider Silks. Goes into Lead the Stampede and goes into Harsh Sustenance. There we go. Kieran Ranger. This is so good. I love these hands. I love these draws. We're looking like we're in pretty solid shape right now. Not perfect, but we're solid. What do you think? So if I play Nettle Sentinel, I don't think there's any way that I could land the Spider Silk armor here, which sucks. Because that untaps. Tap those and yeah, so I can't really get there. I'm not going to go too deep on this just because I don't want to get absolutely wrecked by an Electrickery. There we go. And that right there is why I really wanted to be careful. I am still not very hopeful about this. And there's their natural Tron. Yeah, this just sucks. Like, there's no other way around it. It's just, this is just kind of not good. Actually, no. Huh. Boom. In for 3. Or in for 2. Now, hopefully we see something really sick on this next turn. We need some real serious gas going on up here. The Monarch Wall getting back Fire and Ice. Oh, getting back Compulsive Research. They're trying to really dig deep and try and smooth out their draws a little bit, I guess. There's shame in that. Double Nettle Sentinel is really good. Now, $1,000,000 question. Do you have the negate? Nope. This is some spice here. Sup, Ageless? How's it going? So we haven't really used the bear too much so far, but it's been pretty good when we've used it. Oh, absolutely. I imagine most people feel that way. I think I'm gonna play this safe and just leave this open. For some reason, I thought I'd be able to play the Huntmaster. Turns out I can't. So, eh. Five mana. Sure. Opponent not doing very much here. Okie dokie. How can we maximize nonsense here? No, that doesn't work. Oh well. Excuse me. So, I think I just... No, you know what? I'm going to actually equip it this time. Leave it up so they have to block it. Did I make any changes to the deck? I think I did a little bit of change, but not too much. Mostly kind of kept it the same. Let me see what I was running with London Mulligan. Was this one? I think it was this one. This was the list I was running. Focusing a little more on the Essence Wardens and all that. Kind of going up Melody a little bit, but let's see what our opponent does here. Opponent is like, no taxis, please. So if I attack in, they block the Huntmaster and a Nettle Sentinel, am I right? And I take 2, 4, 7, which is where I want to be here. Fog? Sure, you got me. Yeah, our first match was against Burn, right? So we didn't really get much chance to do, like, actual anything. Second game here has been against Tron. First game, we just got hit by a bunch of bolts at, like, the right moment. What are you doing? Bolting the Karen Ranger. That's interesting. But yeah, ultimately, we just really haven't been able to see very much in terms of play from the Grizzly itself, you know, which is unfortunate. There's not much we can do in that regard. This is interesting. Please. Okay, so give me a really ridic lead the Stampede, please, and thank you. That's not a really ridic lead the Stampede, but I will still take it all the same. Okay, I need to math now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I think I have enough to kill them. Question mark. Four, 6, 8, 10, 12. Steals 13. No, we're not quite there. Man, this sucks. I think my best bet is just to go in for the Harsh Sustenance right now, and then try and I'm like 1 mana short. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I have to use it. Like, I don't want to, but I kind of have to. And then I have to figure out, yeah, the bow is going to be crucial here. If they hadn't killed my Karen Ranger, I think I would have been fine. I also probably could have actually done a few more points of damage to them with Karen Ranger earlier, untapping the Nettle Sentinel, but it is what it is. Oh no. Oh no. Longbow's gone. Bye-bye, Longbow. Nice knowing ya. Nut draw one time. One more bow. I really wanted that bow. Well, I'm going to hold this forest because I don't want to deal with any Ghostly Flicker shenanigans. Interesting. Copper rotation for tower. That's neat. More drifty boys. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. My opponent had played Stonehorn Dignitary, so I couldn't do anything. And now they're going to get their Ghostly Flicker. I mean, Birchlore is good. It's just, it's not good enough. So we're probably just dead here. Like, very dead. Okay, that's a yikes. It's a very big yikes. Teachings is gonna get Electrickery, and then I'm dead. I'm just gonna scoop here. There's nothing I'm gonna be able to do. Like, my opponent knows exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna let them go for it, but they're literally just gonna dig up Electrickery, and I'm dead. Yeah, there's the Electrickery. I'm scooping. I'm not dealing with this. Rather just go on to the next game and sit you guys through a slog fest that's literally going to go absolutely nowhere. So, that's unfortunate. We're 0-2, but we're also hitting some really tough matchups. Again, we hit Burn off top, or right out of the gate, and Burn is like stone cold our hardest matchup. And then we hit like a Is It kind of build of Tron. We don't usually see that very often these days, where they are running, they had Bolt, they had Fire and Ice, all kinds of things like that. So there wasn't really much we could do in terms of actually just killing them. Those are the kind of decks that just have a lot of removal at their disposal, and it makes it really hard for us to actually land a board state, build up, and actually kill them. So we still have 3 more matches to go here. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can do a little bit better. I definitely want to tweak this list just a little bit. I want to put in some more Essence Wardens. So, what did I say? I wanted to cut... Well, we already got a pairing. Busted. Alan Carlos. This is not a bad hand. So I'm going to keep this. I'd rather keep this than go to 6 and not see any lands kind of thing. Like, we have plays here. I just really wish it had Birchlore Rangers or something like that. Okay, they're on Boros, so this is definitely a little nicer for us. Especially when we see this really handy-dandy old Kirin Ranger. Normally I wouldn't play the Visionary right away, but I want to kind of be able to dig a little bit. I want to get some mana flowing here. Yeah, Bolt the Kirin Ranger is fine. I think I want to go lead the Stampede here. We're going to go in with this Nettle Sentinel first. Because we want to try and dig up some gas. We want to find the Birchlore Rangers. We want to find another Kirin Ranger. Just like that. Just how we wrote it up. So next turn we can go Elvish Vanguard, Kirin Ranger, into Well-Wisher, into another Kirin Ranger. We got some serious plays going on here. They don't have another Bolt, so we can at least get the Vanguard out of lightning bolt range. I really wish we had enough to get it out of galvanic blast range, but it is what it is. Oh no, wait. I'm mathing wrong. We do have enough. No, we don't. I'm still just derping it up. So, like I was saying before, how's everybody doing? What? We had our sick pre-release this weekend. Anybody get anything good? Exhausted? I know that feeling. Yeah, Endgame was great. If any of you haven't seen Endgame, highly recommend it. Go see it. Go see Endgame and America's ass. That's what you do. Killing Well-Wisher is not what I would have done there, but you do you, opponent. You do you. We're gonna make this Elvish Vanguard get nice and beefy. Big and strong! Have a good time with it. We're gonna go in with these Nell Sentinel and Elvish Vanguard. They don't have enough that they can kill the Vanguard anyway, so I'll just have them chump block it. They might double block the Nell Sentinel, which is exactly what they're doing. I'm totally okay with that. It's not like I have the Birch Lure anyway here. So this is definitely a hand where, like, if we have a, if we're able to draw a Priest of Titania or a, Birch Lore Rangers, the Vivien's Grizzly gets really kind of crazy pretty quick. Longbow's nice. Again, I wish I had more mana to, like, really utilize it, but you know what? We'll just do this for now and call it a day. I want to actually try and conserve my mana just a little bit. And then I'll just get blocked by the Inspector. If I attacked with Huntmaster, opponent would have double blocked, and Huntmaster would be dead, and I would have just taken out their Glint Hawk. Okay, so they scooped. So we're bringing in both Spider Silks, we're bringing in Harsh Sustenance, and these sweet, sweet Sagittarius Volley. This card is great. Why am I playing this card over Scattershot Archer or Aerial Volley? Those cards actually have a tough time dealing with, like, Core Skyfisher and all that. So Sagittarius Volley destroys the creature. First off, that gets around Prismatic Strands. You know, I don't deal damage, I don't do anything like that, it just dies. And then, I deal a point of damage to each other flying creatures that they control, which includes all of their bird tokens and their Glint Hawks and all that. It's not really as good, per se, against that, but it really helps also against, like, Delver lists. It just kind of helps clear out the board a little more easily, so I really like the card. Well-Wisher is decent, but it's not really the greatest. Longbow can be good. I'm not always the biggest on it. Normally here, I would actually be taking out Distant Melodies. So now cutting stuff, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to cut. But I am going to go down to Grizzly, because this is actually a matchup where Grizzly can be a little rougher. You still really want it, but it's not as good here. Timberwatch Elf also isn't that quite as good. And really, I don't even like Vanguard very much. Vanguard just gets chump blocked all day by their tokens, by their small creatures. It gets bolted really easily, hit by Journey to Nowhere. It's not really that good here. This hand, though, is fantastic. We've got a lot of play with this hand. Birchler Rangers helps us go off with our mana. Elvish Visionary helps us draw a little bit deeper. This hand has some serious play to it. I really like this hand. And drawing the extra Birchler Rangers for redundancy in case of an Electrickery. Like, I see absolutely nothing bad about this hand. It's fantastic. You got me on that Standard Bearer. So I used to really like Well-Wisher a lot, and actually, to be completely honest with you, Well-Wisher is actually one of my favorite cards of all time. I love the card. I just think it doesn't do enough against certain decks right now. It doesn't do enough against Inside Out combo. It doesn't do enough against Is It Blitz. You really want Essence Warden for those matchups, and same with Burn. A lot of times your opponent will just burn your Well-Wisher before you can gain any life off of it. It's great if you're able to activate it, but usually you can't activate it, so what's the point? Whereas... Oh... I forgot about that. That changes my entire game plan now. Great. Kieran Ranger is not nearly as good as it otherwise would have been, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't want to go too deep in case of an Electrickery. So, but basically, Well-Wisher, I really like it, but I like it in metas where we see a lot more Stompy and Slivers and the Mirror Match, frankly. When we're seeing things like this, like, a lot of times, if your opponent is on the play, and they are on Inside Out combo, or Is It Blitz, they're just going to kill you dead before you can even activate it once. So it's a little bit right now. But I do love the card, and I think it's really good. I just don't think it's good in this particular meta at the point that we're at currently with Pauper as a format on the whole. But I do love the card, and I just think it's very meta dependent. And I would much rather be playing Essence Warden right now. So why am I going a little bit more crazy right now? I feel like at this point, if they had the oh man, words are really difficult. If they had the Electrickery, they would have cast it already on a decent sized board. By not casting it there, it's pretty safe to assume that we were kind of a little safer to go off. Oh, absolutely. I definitely recommend playing it. I just think that the Essence Warden is just kind of ultimately better. I wouldn't call it fantastic, but I think it's better. Because you can, like, play Essence Warden right out of the gate and then swarm the board, and you just gain 20 life that puts you out of lethal range from Inside Out or Tireless Tribe. Or even against Burn, it lets you get 3 or 4 life in against Burn, and also eats a Bolt spell. So it kind of keeps you alive a little bit better, a little bit faster. So it just kind of helps out against those matchups just a lot more. Especially since Burn's gotten a lot faster and things like that. There's the Electrickery, but this is fine. We've still got our Huntmasters. We've still got our Birchler Rangers. Look at that. Double Birchler. We're not going to do anything here, though. There's not really much to do. One thing I can say at this point, they don't have any bolts. Or at least they didn't. They may have just drawn one. Okay, they have Journey to Nowhere. If you want Journey to Nowhere or Huntmaster, that's okay with me. Love it. Now, opponent is holding up Prismatic Strands mana, so this kind of sucks if they just have the Prismatic Strands. But we're still going to go in for this attack. It's better to try when you can get potential 8 damage in. But the Prismatic Strands is there, that just kind of hurts. So they're going to block a Birchlore Rangers. We're going to lose our Birchlore Rangers. That's fine. It might just suck if they have the Bolt for the other Birchlore. Battle Screech is fine. Makes me wish I had kept that Sagittarius Volley, but hey, what can we do? Just deck. Show me the Spider Silk Armor. It's not showing me the Spider Silk Armor. Still play I'm very okay with. Yeah, it's not a bad board. I need to hit a little more gas. I need to hit something that's really particularly good. Them drawing cards like this is not where I want them to be. Yeah, they want to pick up the step, cycle the step. We're getting some raging clues. So you're going in for 6. Faithless looting. Loot away. Yeah, we need to see some serious top deck action, but we can get there. I believe in ourselves. That was not really so good. If we see a Spider Silk Armor, though, we're definitely looking really nice and pretty here. There we go. What did I tell you? Let's go. Exactly. Never didn't have it. In before, leave no trace. That would just feel awful. But we'll see what happens. Priest of Titania. Yes, please. Let's go. Please, deck. Please, one time. One time, show me Vivien's Grizzly. I'm gonna hold this. The opponent doesn't need to know that I just drew a forest. Make him think I've got something. Dimir Delver's pretty good. Too bad it doesn't really do anything against a standard bearer, but you know what? We'll take it. Blocks well, that's what I care about, right? Six. So if we get a Vivien's Grizzly, we can like draw 3 cards off of it, basically. Like, the card is super good. Yeah, if we hit Grizzly, we're so far ahead here. And there's the leave no trace, so that sucks. But we do have more opportunities. Not much, though. Oh, nope, that's it. Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten there anyway. We know that they have standard bearers, so we definitely want to start bringing in the longbows again. I think I can cut a Nettle Sentinel. And I think we really, really wanted the Grizzly there, so I'm just going to bring that back in. This is risky, but the payoff here is huge. If we can make it work. We just need our opponent to not go turn 1 bolt. Oh, I love that play. Please keep doing those plays, opponent. And hitting a forest, too. This is great. No mountain either? Oh, busted. We're about to go off here. That's so good. Come on, Doc. Birch lore 1 time. Let's go. Nope. Still really good. Oh no! I'm very okay with Journey. Oh yeah, no, I'm all about my Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, best game ever made. 100%. We got the good music. Let's jam. Huh. That smells like a prismatic strands. Three, 5. This sure smells like prismatic strands to me. Interesting. So Lissalon Huntmaster doesn't die. We survived to fight another day. If they try and bolt something, we can always untap Timberwatch Elf. We're good. Right? Now, Chrono Trigger's gas. Straight fire. Yeah, exactly. So we've definitely got the plays here. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Going to 3, that's risky. I love it. Opponent could take all those risky plays all day. Whoa! That's a yikes from me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god. I had an opportunity to save the Timberwatch there and I screwed it up. Because I was kind of like in autopilot mode. Wait a minute. So, there's actually a shot that I can make this work and kill my opponent. It requires a perfect set of draws. This so far ain't it, but we're on that path. So like, hang on. This actually could get us there. Yeah, they blew 2 electrickeries. Like, we should be great. So, Harsh Sustenance actually does not get through Prismatic Strands. Like, they can still Prismatic Strands us while we have when we cast the Harsh Sustenance. So we have to be very careful about how we do it. But we have plenty of opportunities to get there. Like, literally, all it takes is us drawing a Lead the Stampede and Viridian Longbow, and we're there. We're in. The other opportunity is Birch Lure, get a Sagittarius Volley. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You all laughed at me. Not you guys. We're gonna get there. Sure. Spectre. Spectre's Zeus. Oh, really digging deep there. Yeah. The most supporting laugh right there. Thank you so much, Annie. Show me strands again. There we go. Okay, come on, Dak. One time. Weird. Well, I think we just have this game locked up. Like, I don't really see very much ways that they can make this, that they can get out of this. Like, even if they did somehow manage to get another Electrickery, yeah, because then I would ping them here, they would strands, and then even if they had the Electrickery, then I would just move it onto the Nail Sentinel with my lands. So that was just, we just had it. And then we drew the Birchlow Rangers to get there. Just how we drew it up. 1 and 2. Let's see it. Let's keep it going. We got a couple more matches to go. 2 more matches. Hopefully we can get there. These games have been kind of long, actually. We've been going for an hour and a half off of just three matches. It's kind of weird for me, usually. Normally, I can actually finish a whole league in, like, an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours. Right? I really wish that we just had the Grizzly there. Like, the Grizzly would have been insane there. Because, you know, you saw how we were just going turn after turn after turn. And I just kept having Priest Titania just, man, just sitting there and ready to go. And so if we had hit the Grizzly, we would have just gone way off with it. If you guys are enjoying this stream, if you are here, please consider giving me a follow. If you really want to support me, you can always cheer. You can always try and beat Annie at their own game over here. And, or, you know, you can also subscribe. You got that sweet Twitch Prime. You get a super, super spicy avatar, or super spicy emote. Annie, show them how it's done. Show them how we do it here. And, just, you know, every little thing helps, everyone. There you go. Dimir mirrors. Well, I don't play Dimir, so I don't know how those mirrors go. But I'll tell you one thing. Dimir was literally everywhere at GPLA. Like, that deck was just all over the place. In, like, literally every direction that you looked. It was basically straight up just Dimir Delver, Burn, and then there was like a bit of Boros, Tron, and Elves. Like your typical, your usual suspects. But it was just like, there was a lot of Dimir Delver. I think I played 5 rounds, and 4 of those rounds were Dimir Delver. It was ridiculous. Okay. Vara. Opponents that I am not familiar with, so this is very interesting for me. Now that is a good hand. So even if the priest like fizzles here, if they're able to kill it, we have visionaries to try and dig deeper. We have our 2 lands, which is like the sweet spot. That's exactly where we want to be. So I'm very good with this hand. Let's keep it and let's go. Priest is particularly good here. Because if they're on island, Island Preordain feels very mono blue, or is it Scred Delver? Interesting. Okay, so do I really want to try and land the priest, or do I want to just try and visionary and bait out some counter magic? I think I'm going to go for the visionary plan here. Let's bait some counter magic. Okay, so 100% Dimir Delver. Them drawing foil definitely hurts a bit. I'm going to go for the Birch Lore here. Into Kirin Ranger. Ash Baron, so they're going to go get the island so that they can foil this Kirin Ranger, everyone. This is, some interesting plays. I will happily let you 3-for-1 yourself to get rid of a Kirin Ranger of all things. So I think if I had gotten the Ranger to stick, I think I would have gone for the Elvish Vanguard at that point. Probably. I'm gonna try for the Priest here at this point. I think that's just actually like gonna be my best way to play this. If they have the removal spell, then cool, they just got a card out of their hand. But I needed to land that Priest. Because now if they don't deal with it, then, well, they're going to have a hell of a time trying to get rid of me at that point. Let's go for the Timberwatch Elf. Agony Warping the Vanguard is an interesting play there. I don't know how I feel about it. I think leaving me with the Priest of Titania is a little more dangerous. Maybe that's just me. Or leaving me with the Timberwatch Elf for that matter. And that's a snuff out on Timberwatch Elves. Or Timberwatch Elf, rather. That's aggressive, but I like it. Okay with them taking 4 points of damage to deal with my Timberwatch. So I think I want to just go for the Lead the Stampede here. And try and get something. No days either is a good sign. So next turn I can play Huntmaster. They'll probably have a counter spell for it. Sure. So my current play is Huntmaster or Llanowar Elves into. Well, that might change things. I think I'm still gonna do this route though. So I'm gonna play Llanowar Elves. I'm gonna play Huntmaster. They're probably gonna counter the Huntmaster. There it is. Now we'll play Birchlore. We're gonna play this Elvish Visionary. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play this Nettle Sentinel while we're here. And gain a whole ton of life. This is what we're here for. We're here for these sweet, sweet plays. And these are sweet plays. And so then next turn we can actually start to go off with the Vivien's Grizzly. We can go Huntmaster into Timberwatch into Grizzly. Killing Well-Wisher is more than fine. That's exactly where I want them to be doing. Because now we can start doing this. I mean, yeah, this is how we do it. So, because then I would have just played the Timberwatch Elf, and we would have had, I think I would be able to just cast it without the Priest, right? Because I had 2 mana coming, Birchlore token, untap, tap down Huntmaster itself, and the Llanowar Elves that plays Timberwatch. I don't know that that leaves me with enough mana to then cast the Grizzly off of just the creatures on my battlefield. But I would be able to at least Priest and then activate Grizzly once or twice. And that's exactly what we want to be doing with Vivien's Grizzly. That's why I like this card. I like Magnify here a lot. I like these relics. You cut 1 Huntmaster, 1 Timberwatch. Vanguard is really good if it sticks, but a lot of times they also have hard removal against it. Longbow is just bad. Yeah, we can go down to 1 Well-Wisher and that should be okay. It's one of those things, if we're just dead, we're just dead, and there's not much we can do about it. How are you doing, Raptor? How's it going? Awesome! Good to hear. So I know you've been testing a little bit of this War of the Spark Spice yourself. How are you doing with all of that? This hand is so weird. Oh, the only problem I have with this hand is it just gets slaughtered by a, Echoing Decay. But I really like this hand. So we can go turn 1 Nettle Sentinel, turn 2 Kieran Ranger Nettle Sentinel, or we can go Nettle Sentinel now, Kieran Ranger, and then follow it up with a Relic of Virginitas. I really like this hand. I'm going to keep it. It's risky, but sometimes you just gotta risk. Another Kieran Ranger. Deal. Let's go. Days? Show me the days? That's no days. Brainstorm? Sure, so they're going to trigger, they're going to flip their Delver, that's fine. Let's go to town. I've definitely seen a lot of, like, Dimir Delver players keep in, like, days. I don't know that it's the right play, but people do it. Because a lot of times, especially if they clear my board, they can just get me stuck on mana. Now, I really want to see a Birchler Rangers. A Birchler Rangers would be so good right now. No, but I'll take a second land. All day. Angry insect. Actually a wasp. We gonna Echoing Decay? How are we doing this? Preordain. Interesting. Okay, 3. 3 damage coming in hot. They put 1 on top, 1 on bottom, and passed without. Interesting. So let's swing out. 5 damage. Done deal. That snuff out play is interesting. Seems very aggressive from where I'm standing. We're going to play around that daze a little bit. I really want to play this third Sentinel, but I don't want to get killed by an Echoing. I just do not want to get blown out hard by an Echoing Decay. See, there it is. Double Relic is pretty nice, though, I will say. So, I think I'm actually just going to blow the Relic here and see what happens. I could play the Timberwatch, but it'll just die? Okay. That's a bit of a yikes that I don't have another mana source to cast that, but man, this is really interesting. That's aggressive right there. I wonder what the opponent's doing here. Yes. Oh, this feels so good. Just like daggering the opponent so hard here. Love this song. Anyone who doesn't know it, it's fantastic. So we could get wrecked by a daze here on this Timberwatch elf, but I'm totally going for it. Oh, not anymore. They let me have it. We got there, 2-2. So I mean, even if we lose this last match, we still have a pretty good record. Like, I'd be okay just taking the 40 play points, but I'd also really like to get a chest. These chests are just, like, so good right now. Chest value is off the charts. It's actually just better, like, to just go in on the chests themselves and just, like, crack the chests. So this whole song is like the Final Fantasy, the FF6 opera scene, done in the style of like Bohemian Rhapsody, and it is just so good. I missed the London Mulligan already. Oh, it's fantastic. More Tron. Sandra's good against Tron. That's the plan. Oh, I absolutely think that the London Mulligan's coming back. The overall reception to the London Mulligan rules seems like insanely positive. There's no way that that's not coming back, in my opinion. You know, I could be wrong, but I genuinely think it's coming back. It's too good not to. Interesting. Well, I personally love it. Holy hell! Oh! Oh! Let's go! Holy hell. This is pretty ridiculous. Now, we could just get wrecked here. Like, completely. You'd be like, Electrickery, let's go. That's no Electrickery. But this is insane. I actually kind of like my opponent for letting me, or for prohibiting that other Kieran Ranger. Recoil? I don't know about that one. Right. Swingsies. Let's go. Jukebog's kind of cute here. So what do we got? What we got? What we got? Yikes! What is this Tron list? What? Wait a minute. I don't even know when last time I saw an Evincar's Justice Tron list. Like, if ever. What on earth? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some spice in this match. So I want a Grizzly here, I think. They've got Justice in hand. So they go to 1. Interesting. So Grizzly at least gets through Evincar's Justice. That's another plus of the card. Saw another follower pop up too. The Jingasian, I don't know. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Elf Ball. Where we're actually playing elves when I say that for once. A lot of times where we don't say that. So this is interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is really interesting, because now I'm going to swing out, and they can't Evincar's Justice. If they try and Evincar's Justice, then they just die. So I'm totally okay dumping out this Timberwatch Elf. This is weird. So they can't Evincar's Justice. They can do Recoil, but then they still just might die. Like, I'm very curious as to what they're going to do here. Pulse. Now that's a play. Busted. Okay. Mystic. Timberwatch Elf. Let's go. Like, I don't even care what they do here. they recoil me, then we're still good. So they can recoil, and they'll probably recoil Timberwatch, which I'm okay with. That's a yikes. Because then they have recoil. I'm actually okay losing the Huntmaster here. I don't like it, but I'm okay with that. Because then I can just lead the Stampede. They don't have anything in their hand. They have recoil. And that almost does nothing here. I mean, in the worst case, they make me discard my Lead the Stampede by hitting one of the tokens. If that happens, though, then I can still be going in for a bunch of damage every turn. And they're also on top deck mode at that point. Whereas I have the engine of Vivien's Grizzly to keep drawing me cards. And Timberwatch Elf to be getting in there for damage with these Elf Warrior tokens. So kind of no matter what happens here, we're kind of actually in a very good position. Meanwhile, the longer that they take, the more their clock is just kind of ticking down a little bit. Okay. That's interesting. What are they going to recoil? Sure. We'll hit this Grizzly, I think, is the right play here. Grizzly becomes a 7/8. It's hard to get rid of it. Yeah, sure, I'll lose. Oh, no, I should have just actually lost the Grizzly here. Oh, well. Probably block with a wall. Maybe the... No, you want to block with the wall here. Because you want to hold back Dinrova Horror and Seagate Oracle as a way to... kind of keep going. Disincentivizes me from attacking. Jeez! What a top deck! The Master! Holy shit. What a Master. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop it here. Yeah, at that point we're just dead. There's no way we're gonna come back from that. So we'll go for the usual. We're bringing a lot of cards. They're going definitely harder on like the kill creatures play. So we're gonna get rid of like some Vivien's, Grizzlies, and everything. This is definitely the one kind of matchup where against Tron where the The Vanguard is actually very, very good. Normally, a lot of times, it's not particularly the greatest. We're just going to go like this, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what on earth this is. Like, this is like this is some spicy Tron. I know I heard about a spicy Tron list yesterday. This isn't it, though. I've never seen Tron like this before. This is weird. This is really weird. I don't know if it's missing anything, what it's missing, but this is ridiculous. I literally think I've never seen a Tron deck before play Ghostly Flicker. Or, not Ghostly. They all play Ghostly Flicker. What am I saying? Evincar's Justice. There you go. I have no idea what this is. I've literally never seen this kind of deck before. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I'd rather have all of these lands. As long as I don't draw like a ridiculous amount more, we're good. I actually really want these Vanguards. These Vanguards are fantastic right now. Look at that sweet deal. I just don't want to see, like, a shrivel. Like, if they shrivel me, I'm going to be a little tilted. Not going to lie. Shrivel would be just, like, full tilt here. Okay, this is actually really good. No, I played this wrong. Jeez. Or did I? I don't think I did. No. Nah, I guess it doesn't particularly matter. I might have done it wrong there a little bit. Yeah, Spider Silk definitely helps. But they can also just recoil or Dinrova Horror the Spider Silk. But we are definitely a little bit ahead of them. They look like they're holding. It feels like they're holding up some counter magic. We'll see what happens. More force is not where I want to be. Show me the counter magic. That's not counter magic. I'm okay with this. Let's go. So yeah, my goal moving forward here a little bit is I want to stream more, like way more often, but we'll have to see just kind of how things play out, I guess. What you got for me? You got the Justice? Sure, you got me. Look at all these lands. Boy, howdy, I love my lands. How did the deck know? Excuse me. What are they thinking? I mean, a prohibit would be fine here. You know what would not be as fine? It would be a recoil. But that is also why I'm holding up this nice little forest here. I'm smelling it. I smell it. Oh, Doomblade. Well, that's some spice. Man, what is this build? This is a really wild build of Tron, to say the least. And that's the game. Getting them got. Okay. So they have Doomblade. Man, what a pain. Fair Dan, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Elf Ball. How's it going? You know what? I really actually want to go down a longbow and back up a Timberwatch Elf. They don't feel like they're really so much at the fog end of Tron, but they're blowing up my board so much that longbow is actually going to be a bit of a liability. It's still really good if I can get there, but it's a little dangerous as well. I like this hand. But it's still kind of weak to some sweeper action. If nothing else, we have our lands. We can get Birchlore with Visionary. If we're allowed to get the Timberwatch and actually stick it, then we're good. They mold to 6. I like this hand. Let's roll with it. See what they do. Best way to start is probably actually going to be Birchlore here. Let's go and see what happens. Sure, very okay with that. Oh, hey there, Relic Progenitus. What's up? Ooh, more Visionaries? I like that. Let's go. Deal. Whoa, Priest. I'm gonna try and stick this Priest. So let's see what happens now. So they have enough that they can go for the Justice. Drifty, sure. Visionary it up. I don't want to go too deep. Oh my god. Because I really don't want to fall into the trap of a, that. You know what I'm talking about. I really don't want to fall into an Evincar's Justice and just get absolutely destroyed. Even if they have the Justice, though, the Grizzly survives. Sure. I can't go much more than that, so we'll take it. Jeez. I like it. This feels aggressive, and I'm so here for it. Sure, Chukabog is fine. So they can't try and pulse me, even though I could just really just pulse myself, or relic myself in response and just take whatever they're trying to hit. There's definitely some interesting lines to be had here right now. No Doomblade actions. Great. This is like Sultai Tron. This is really weird. Sure. Disfigure is good. Oh, this is a great weird. I love this. It's just like, usually I don't have 2 Relic of Progenists against Tron. So this game is going to be very much a grind. But this is actually one of those games where just Vivien's Grizzly is just going to put in some, like, crazy work. See, like, Longbow I actually kind of don't want here. Like, I mean, yes I do, but I don't at the same time. It's one of those weird kind of deck situations. Get that out of here. Like, if they really want to like counter my my Birchlore Rangers, like, of all things, they're more than welcome to try and go for it. This smells like an Evincar's Justice with buyback to me. Drifty, sure. Fear Macabre I don't think is really that great in Elves, personally. Exactly how we wrote it up. What's up, Apa? How's it going? Or Appa, I should say. Appa? Apa? Whatever. Thank you so much for the follow. Grizzly is putting in some work so far. Man, this is annoying. Yeah, I'll throw up a list in a minute. I need to get, like, Stream Decker together or something at some point, but this is pretty solid right now. Like, Grizzly is actually, like, going through my deck pretty nicely in this particular matchup right now. It's definitely helping with this grind, which is exactly what I want it to be. Okay, if they really have the Evincar's Justice, then I'll happily take the damage. Like, that's the point I'm at. Because they won't just be killing my creatures, they'll be killing theirs as well. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Iago. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but I really like what we're doing here, kind of like overall. So, they did have Justice. That sucks. But they're also wiping out their board, too. Like, this is kind of weird. But I can't play anything. Or risk it. Well, actually, I could do Birchlore face down, I guess. I have a feeling we're just gonna lose, but it's close. Oh. Yeah, about that. We're probably just dead now. Like, ultra dead. But this is definitely, like, really hurting us, because our opponent is on Evincar's Justice. Like, what? Oh, no. That's bad. Honestly, I'm just gonna scoop. They've got the Justice. I'm behind. So we're not gonna get there. I can tell that. I don't know what on earth that was. We also flooded out like crazy. We saw 7 lands here, but we also like put 2 on the bottom of our deck from Vivien's Grizzly. So we really saw a lot. So, like I said, at this point, I'm just kind of gonna end out the stream just a little bit. Well, not the stream, but like video, YouTube, whatever. Because I'm also putting the replays up on YouTube. So that was actually round 5. As you can probably tell, we ended up 2-3. So not our best showing, but you know what? We still did good. I've got, plenty of play points for tournament entries moving forward, so we're pretty set for now. That's fine. Take some losses. I'm still going to keep going. I want to keep trying to get going here a little bit and see if we can really see some... Because I think Grizzly has been putting in work when we've been able to have it. When we've had Grizzly on the board and actually had it for a period of turns, it does exactly like I've been saying it does. It grinds you out some wins. It doesn't always just draw you all the cards immediately, but it does it over a period of time. And that time lets you kind of help build up, restabilize, things like that. And that's why I think it's really good. There's been other games where we've just kind of been stuck on our mana, but we also ran into a whole ton of, we ran into Burn, we ran into Boros, what's some other ones? Dimir Delver, we ran into, an Izzet Tron list that was running Fire and Ice with the Electrickery and Lightning Bolt. We don't usually see that very much anymore. And then we also saw Sultai Evincar's Justice Tron. What was that? That is the weirdest Tron I've ever seen. And I don't know. So, now we're going to go into another one. But first, like I said, I want to say goodbye to the YouTubes of the world. See you later, Dio. So, I want to say thank you first off to my awesome sponsor, cardhoarder.com. They make a lot of my streams possible. Not this particular one, because I actually always have a copy of Pauper Elves on me at any given moment. But, obviously, it very much helps, and I very much appreciate the support and aid that I get from them. I also want to just plug my, I've got TheMaverickGirl on Twitter, so you can follow me there. Right here. And all of these links are going to be in the description below. I've got Twitter. We've got our sick thing. Obviously, you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube. You can share, subscribe. You know the drill. If you really enjoy my content, you can consider donating. You can consider subscribing on Twitch. That always helps tremendously. Even just putting the word out just a little bit, sharing it. If you really want to give me some more direct support, though, I'm struggling a little bit to kind of get it kickstarted and get it started moving and grooving. But patreon.com/TheMaverickGirl, we're doing it. We have a Patreon now. It's not, like I said, it's nothing too great right now, but it's slowly getting there. One step at a time. I just put up some of my first video content on there. I've sent out some cards, some signed cards before. They look pretty sweet. Yeah, we even have a Discord server. Crazy as that might sound. I think this works? Question mark? Nope. Bot doesn't like that. So I am just going to go ahead and drop a sweet instant invite into this chat. And, it's just going to be a one-time use. Or a one-day thing for the Twitch chat right now, but there will be a link below in the YouTube. So once again, thank you so much, guys. I will have a whole nother video to go along with this one. We're going to do is run this back with a second league. Thanks so much. I'll catch you guys really soon.